You're listening to the Because I Said So podcast.
You know the show is almost called Shut the Door? Did you know that?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, Shut the Front Door. That's what I was going to call this show because you guys always leave the door open.
No, it's going to be Close the Door.
Something like that. Shut the door. That's what I was going to call it. Something like Shut the Door, Close the Door, whatever. Any synonym for closing or shutting of a door was going to be. But anyway, that's not what this podcast is. This is the Because I Said So podcast, a father and son's podcast. I am Jeremy, and I'm here with my two boys. As always, after a couple of weeks off, because of sickness and schedules, and we had some pretty big homework assignments over here and all that other stuff.
Goodness, so I hated it.
And
I liked it, but it was like I didn't like it, but I liked it.
Well, anyway, so we took some time off. We're back now, and we're going to talk. I'm Jeremy, obviously. I think I already said my name. And with me, as always, to my left, you've already heard him already. He's 15, he's lean, he's mean, and all he wants for Christmas is you. His name is Josiah.
I want food.
Josiah?
Not you, I want food.
He wants food for Christmas, and guess what? He's going to get socks and underwear.
No, I'm getting Pokemon Moon in a backpack.
And to my other left, he's actually between Josiah and I, he's great, he's never late, he's also only 8, and all he wants for Christmas is his 2 front teeth.
I already got them last year.
Oh, that's true, you did get them last year. And you immediately broke one of them.
No, I didn't break them. One of our babysitter's son did.
Okay, we're not going to talk about that. He chipped his tooth, and now it's completely mended, and you wouldn't even know it. Yes, he is Jonas, right? Jonas, all he wants for Christmas is not his 2 front teeth. He wants socks and underwear.
No, I want one of the cameras that prints the pictures, because I want to hang up pictures.
Uh-huh.
And I need an extra bottle of film in case.
Bottle of film?
There's no such thing as a bottle of film. It's like a roll.
An extra pack.
An extra pack of film? An extra roll of film? Well, we'll see what Santa does.
It's like ink.
What does he want?
He wants... Oh, and behind me is, she's, Lordy.
Seriously?
She's prettier at 40. Which is higher than 10. That's what I mean. Woo! Is the lovely Lady Long-Suffering, who asked what Jonas wanted for Christmas. And Jonas said, what? What'd you want?
I wanted one of the cameras that prints the pictures. I've been telling you for the past 3 months.
I don't know if it's been 3 months. It's probably been a month and a half. I think this is episode 17. 17. Yeah, I think it's 17.
15.
It's 17. And my Spreaker page will tell the tale. I believe it's 17. You know what? We missed
our Stitcher page.
And our Stitcher page. We'll talk about all that stuff later. But anyway, I think we're on episode 17. You know what happened? Thanksgiving happened, and then we sort of fell off the wagon. And that's why. It's been like 3 weeks since Thanksgiving. Christmas is coming up. We will talk a little bit about that. But
we'll talk about our Christmas gifts on the next podcast, probably.
Maybe.
Right?
Maybe we'll just talk about Christmas.
We should invite Aunt Marianne up.
We're going to do a Christmas special. We're going to record a Christmas special for release.
It's going to be about an hour long.
On Christmas Eve. They want to do an hour. We'll see. I don't know about that. Anyway, that's besides the point. Tonight, we're going to talk about something we teased on the Facebook page. We went and saw a film this past Friday. What film did we go see, Jonas? Rogue One, which is about the X-Men character that can't touch anybody, but she absorbs their powers and kills them. Right? Rogue? No? You gotta actually say the word, not shake your head.
Rogue One.
Or you
Rogue-
could just say SMH.
Rogue One is a Star Wars tale, correct? A Star Wars story, I think, was the subtitle of the film, and it's set between.
It's set between 3 and 4.
So set between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope, right?
3 and under were the worst. I didn't like
Yeah.
them at all.
All right,
They were
but
the
but
most-
we're talking about Rogue One. Now,
I think
Rogue
Rogue
One,
was my favorite of the prequels.
it's not really a prequel, but it is because it's set between the original one and Revenge of the Sith. So it's sort of a prequel. It happened before. It was
And it's how they got
pre-quel.
it's how they got the Death Star plan. It's how they got the Death Star plans.
How they got the Death Star plans. Now, I made an error in my assumption because I had mixed up my Star Wars facts when I said that many Bothans had died to get that information. In fact, I was wrong. The Bothans are the ones who died to get the Death Star 2 plans. So that was said in Return of the Jedi. So anybody who heard me say many Bothans died,
Maybe they could do Rogue 2, and that's up in between episode 4 and 5,
No.
getting the Death Star 2
I don't think we
plans.
need that. I think what we need is the Han Solo film that's coming out. It's
They
actually
need to make a Chewbacca one about what Chewbacca was doing.
perhaps
before.
that's going to be part of the Han Solo film. Maybe, right? So anyway, I think we all liked it. I need to see it again. Jonas, did you like it?
Yeah.
Josiah, did you like it?
Not as much at first, but then like the more I think about it, it's like better. The better it is.
Okay, so it's a little processing of it.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Before you listen any further, on my Facebook Live earlier this week, I said we weren't going to spoil it. We sort of didn't spoil it. There was one thing at the end where we did, but
And we didn't.
we sort of did. But anyway, if you have not seen Rogue One yet, we're going to do like a spoiler-free review, and then we're going to follow it with the spoilers. So before we spoil it, I will warn you, okay? So general feeling is that we all liked it. Generally, we liked it. So first, our general feeling is that we liked it. There were so many characters, I didn't even know half their names, and I still haven't figured out who they are. But I did see pop vinyls of half of them at Hot Topic when I was there today. So, what was your feeling about the overall story? Don't say anything about the story itself, but how did you feel about the story? What was it exciting? Was it boring? All that stuff.
The beginning, I didn't get the beginning, but the rest of it I actually got. So the beginning was kind of boring, and then the rest of it was, the first 30 minutes was really boring, and then the rest of it was like fun.
Wait, why was it hard to understand what was going on in the beginning?
Because can we tell the spoiler?
No, we can't. All right, never mind. Okay, Josiah.
I think it was a little choppy in the beginning for like the first hour because they had to introduce a bajillion different characters, and then like once you knew who all the characters were and you knew pretty much what it was, what was gonna happen, I think it got better in like the sequences of action. I almost spoiled it, but then I was like, wait, I'm trying to keep it vague.
Okay.
But, it was like during like all the battle sequences, it was like all these characters could die because you never see them again, and so it was like more intense, and like it was in the trenches, and it brought I think it brought like the wars back to Star Wars, which is what a lot of people are saying.
It's a good point. I think, and this will stay as vague as possible, what the writers of the film had before them was a very difficult task. They had to make the Star Wars equivalent of the Star Trek red shirts somebody you would care about and believe in, because the inevitability of their death was always hanging over their heads, so you had to care about them, and they succeeded. I cared greatly for a number of the characters in the film. There wasn't anybody I was rooting for their death. There was no Jar Jar Binks. They were all characters that I really cared about watching succeed. But
Jar Jar
you know,
Binks.
this is a Star Wars movie, and the storyline, you know that they're all going to die. So it was very interesting to see how they were going to do it. And I enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed it more than The Force Awakens. I enjoyed it more than the first two prequels. And I think if I was going to rank it, I would rank it between Jedi and Revenge of the Sith in my ranking. But we'll go over the ranking of the films. I don't know if you guys can do that really well out of memory, but I will do mine later on. So
Can I do mine?
if you have not been spoiled yet, and you don't want to be spoiled, now's the time to shut this podcast off or fast forward to about the 25-minute mark. Hopefully, we will go 25 minutes. Go to 20 minutes, and if I hit 20 minutes on my timer, I will say stop. I will say we're not done spoiling yet, and I'll give you a couple more minutes. But fast forward to about 20 minutes, and then we will come back to discuss the film in detail. So go away, fast forward, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. All right, are they gone yet? Are they gone? There's that one guy. Dude, don't say I didn't warn you. We're going to spoil the ending. We're going to spoil the whole movie now. So we're going to spoil it. All right. Favorite scene in the film, Jonas?
When Kay was like standing there controlling the panels, and then a stormtrooper came running in, and then Kay just took his blaster and like shot him with not even looking, and Josiah was like, "No scope."
Well, Kay was a very cool character. Kay was a former Imperial droid, right?
Uh-huh.
And K is short for, what is it?
K2SO.
K2S0 or K2SO. K2SO, voiced by Alan Tudyk, who's a phenomenal voice actor, a phenomenal actor as well. He does a lot of live action acting, but he does a lot of voices. So K2SO, I think he was the MVP of the movie. I think he was probably the movie that I enjoyed the most because he was the funniest.
We should give
I think he's my second favorite character in the
He
movie.
He was essentially he was Chewbacca as a robot, because Chewbacca and Han Solo had this kind of like relationship where Chewbacca could be a smart aleck and he'd basically tell off Han Solo, but all he heard was
and Han Solo would like translate what he was saying sometimes.
Right. But you didn't need that with Kay, and that was cool. I liked Kay. And so you're referring to the film, the scene in the final battle when they were in the bay of the data bank, and they were getting the plans. They were finally getting the plans, and Kay was sort of guarding the control bay, and the stormtroopers were coming in, and he was just shooting them blindly. It was pretty awesome.
That was probably my least favorite part, because that was when he got shot to death.
Yeah, that was rough. That choked me up a little bit. But you knew everybody was going to die.
Yeah, but I was hoping Kay wouldn't have died.
Well, he's a robot. Robots don't really die. He's a droid. But
well,
he's probably reprogrammed.
Maybe his program could have been like uploaded to like the cloud, quote unquote, and like he could be reincarnated in episode 8.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Not.
But Josiah, what was your favorite scene?
My favorite scene was when all the scenes where I can't remember his name, the blind guy.
Oh,
he's my favorite character.
Donnie Yen's character. Donnie Yen is actually a Hong Kong superstar, like film star, and he developed his own kung fu style just for Star Wars.
He was in Ip Man, right?
I don't remember.
That's what Mrs. Tassler said.
Yeah, he probably was Ip Man. That makes sense. Yep, Ip Man 2 and Ip Man. But anyway, his character was named Chirrut Imwe, I guess. Chirrut Imwe. I can't even pronounce his name, but he's blind. he's a believer in the Force, but he's not a Jedi.
And
He was like, I think
goes,
I think we should see more